Welcome to Free Coding Academy's Unit 1 review video for Computer Science A. So first we have Unit 1 Primitive Types. Topic 1.1, Why Programming, Why Java? So every Java program begins with the line public class name, where your class name can be anything you want. So here in this example, I just used my class. Next, most Java programs run via a main method, which looks like this. So public static void main string args, and then open and close parentheses inside which you'll write the rest of your code. So make sure you memorize this line right here and write it exactly like this, because you're probably going to write it in every single Java program you write in this course. Next, system.out.print and system.out.println print text to the screen. So the difference is that system.out.println moves to a new line after printing, while system.out.print does not. So string literals are enclosed inside double quotes. So for instance here, hi there is an example of a string literal because it's a sequence of characters enclosed inside double quotes. Next, statements must end with semicolons, such as this statement right here. Next, blocks of code are enclosed with braces, such as these sets of braces right here and here. Next, a compiler converts Java source code into runnable class files. So if I take this code right here and put it into a compiler, it's going to be converted into something that can actually be run and receive an output. So syntax errors are errors in Java grammar identified by the compiler. So examples would include missing semicolons, braces, parentheses, or quotes. Next, topic 1.2, variables and data types. So a variable represents a memory location where a value is stored. And so the value stored in a variable can be changed while the program is running. So variables are declared using a data type and initialized when they are assigned a value using the assignment operator equal and a value. So for example, int score, here the variable score is being declared, and here double GPA is equal to 3.5. Here the variable GPA is declared, and then it's also initialized using the assignment operator equals and the value 3.5. So Java includes two different data types. First, primitive types include int, double, and boolean. Next, reference types include string and any other objects belonging to a class, and they typically begin with a capital letter. So primitive types used in this course include int, which are whole numbers such as -3, 100, etc. So double refers to decimal values such as -3.15, 100.66, etc. Boolean refers to values that are either true or false. So each variable is linked to memory that stores its value. So primitive variables hold the actual data directly, whereas reference variables hold a reference to a location in memory where the data is stored. So variables declared with final cannot be modified after being initialized. So an example of when the keyword final would be used is if you have a program where you're calculating the area of a circle and you're using a variable called pi and you're setting it equal to 3.14 and you don't want the value of that constant to change, then you're going to use the keyword final. And typically constants such as this will be named in all capital letters to identify them as constants. So the idea is after you've initialized it with final, you can't change that value. Next up, we have topic 1.3, expressions and assignment statements. So arithmetic expressions in Java use values of type int or double. So you can use these various operators, so plus for addition, minus for subtraction, and this asterisk sign for multiplication, and this bar for division, and the percent sign for modulus. So modulus just means you're going to perform division and then it's going to give you whatever the remainder is. So for instance, if you did 10 modulus 4, you would get 2 because 2 times 4 is equal to 8 and then you have 2 left over to get to 10. Okay. So if the expression only uses int, the result is also an int. In integer division, any decimal part is discarded or truncated. So for instance, if you have 100 divided by 30, you're going to get 3 point something. So your answer is just going to be 3 because you're using an int divided by an int, so your answer also has to be an int. So if the expression contains at least one double, the result is also a double. Java order of operations goes like this. So first you have multiplication and then division and then modulus before addition and subtraction, unless parentheses are used to group certain things together. So dividing an int by 0 results in an arithmetic exception error. So just like in math, you can't divide by 0. Next, the assignment operator equals assigns the value of an expression on the right side to the variable on the left. Next, topic 1.4, compound assignment operators. So compound assignment operators include plus equals, minus equals, times equals, divide equals, and modulus equals. So these combine arithmetic expressions with assignment, updating the variable directly. So for example, if you have x is equal to x plus y, that's the same as writing x plus equals y. So the increment plus plus adds 1 to a variable's current value, whereas decrement minus minus subtracts 1. The new value is automatically assigned back to the original variable in all of these different cases. Topic 1.5, Casting and Range of Variables. Typecasting allows conversion between data types such as int and double. So casting values as int and double temporarily changes a value. So converting a double to int removes the decimal portion or truncates the value. So for instance, if you have a double such as 3.25 and you cast that as an int, that's going to be changed into 3. So in expressions with double and int values, double values automatically convert int to double. Next, to round a double to the nearest int, use int times x plus 0.5 for positive values, where x is the value you're trying to convert, or int times x minus 0.5 for negative values, where x is the value you're trying to convert. So int values in Java use 4 bytes of memory, and they must fall within integer.min value, which is the lowest possible int value you can have, to integer.max value, which is the highest possible value you can have. And so this is the range within which your int values can fall. So values outside this range cause an integer overflow, producing wrong answers. So for example, if you have int max is equal to integer.max value, which is this number right here, and then you try to do this, system.out.println max plus 1, so you're trying to add 1 to the maximum value, you're going to go to the minimum possible value. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and please be sure to check out the video reviewing Unit 2.